Oh man, what a bunch of weirdness that is. Hi everyone,
hmm
how's it going? Welcome to the old first episode of Metal Wolf. I appreciate all 5 of us tuning in. How's it going? I
all,
am all 0 of us.
all 0 of us.
All none of us. It is me.
Five.
It is Mr. Steve Tom Sawyer. I'm joined by the one and only Tulso.
Yo,
He's pretty
probably a
sick
good
and
thing. More than one of me would be stupid.
there you go. Tulso hangs out a lot in our Discord server. There are links on the YouTube page. I'm pretty sure if you go on our Twitter, you'll find some Discord invites. If not, look on our social media. We throw them out from time to time. If you want to join us in talking about stupid metal things, you're more than welcome to hop into our Discord channel and yak at us. But the idea is, we like metal a lot. Like a lot. So we figured we should just finally do a stupid stream where we talk about metal. And so
Yeah.
that's what this is. So there you have it, folks. I'm gonna throw out a tweet from my own Twitter. You can follow me. I'm at Rage of the Mage and Tulso. Give them your Twitter, sir.
It is at the Tulsinator.
There you go. All right, guys. And remember, we are streaming in more places than one. So if you are watching on YouTube, we can interact with you. If you're watching on Twitter, we can interact with you. If you're
Twitch.
watching on Twitch, we gotcha. Let me make sure that our Twitter stream is going through. Everything is going through.
No time like going live to check on things if they're working.
Yeah, I guess maybe the Twitter feed's not working. So, I don't know. I spoke erroneously on that one. Anyway, who gives a shit? So, let's just get right into the metal. What the fucking shit have you been listening to this week, sir?
A bunch of dumb things. Checked out Wormed uh, twice because
Mm-hmm.
you won't shut up about it.
Yeah.
Um, been jamming Automata 1 by Between the Buried and Me. It's pretty great, as well as the rest of their collection. And this one band I found on Bandcamp called Valus Ablaze.
Bayless of
Um,
Blaze.
yeah, it's a little more along the lines of like language era contortionist.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's real chill, a lot less screaming, so it's maybe more clairvoyant style.
So it's just like prog, but on the chill side.
Yeah, yeah, it's real good. The album's called Boundless.
I'm gonna check that shit out. Throw that into Twitch chat if you don't mind.
And blammo. And I deleted my link. Nice job. You should throw me a mod so I can post links.
You're not a mod in our own channel.
No,
That seems like a mistake.
6 months you guys doing this shit and I'm still not a mod on here.
That doesn't seem correct. Alright, let me see. Go into management.
Or you just do /mod space the Tulsinator.
There you go. I appreciate you, man, teaching me
Or I
stuff.
click on my stupid name, go make mod.
There. Done. God damn it.
There are times it's try. This doesn't work.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, dude.
I'll put it in there. It won't.
There it is. All right.
Right?
Cool.
There we go.
You know, honestly, I need to do a better job of keeping up on Bandcamp bands.
First try.
I just.
Oh, dude, I spend at least half an hour a day just searching through the new releases.
Mm.
A lot of good stuff on there, including that one I just sent by Master Boot Record. It's like computer.
Oh
tech,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. I've checked them out for sure. That's
Yeah.
some Blood Music shit right there. I follow Blood
Yeah.
Music on Facebook just because they seem to have an ear for cool stuff, but like when it comes to metal, they tend to put out more black metal releases. It seems like
Word.
they did do a really good and now extremely hard to find press of the Aura by Beyond Creation.
All right.
Yeah.
Isn't Blood Music also wants to put out the Perturbator stuff?
Yeah, they're the label that does all the Perturbator records and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive ass box sets.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah.
really high quality stuff though.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I've never been
For that
disappointed.
much, I'd expect it to be.
Right. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking spending this much money. That shit better be worth it, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Um.
I definitely um, can get behind Master Boot Record. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I feel like a lot of those synthwave dudes have kind of a heavy edge to them. You know what I mean? They're not exactly
Yeah.
metal, but
I
there's
don't think them stepping into metal would be too difficult to do.
no, like I could see Perturbator or Master Boot Record, putting out a metal record or
Mhm.
collabing with, like a metal group, and that
Yeah.
would make perfect sense.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's not really a synthwave guy, but hey, he might be. Mick Gordon with the Doom release.
Oh, I mean, for sure that pulls a lot of those, elements. It's a very progressive soundtrack, like just
I
in
did.
terms of all the different fucking shit that's in it.
I did not jump on that soon enough. I forgot that ended today.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So
What?
those pre-orders are done.
Roops?
Yeah.
You should have
I
said
mean,
something. I would have got you,
at this
man.
at the same time, I'm like, I want it, but just to say that I have it because it's cool looking. I don't think I'd listen to that one
What?
because I have it. I have it through other means.
Yeah, but it's remastered specifically for vinyl.
Oh, well,
Yeah, so
fuck.
it's like, did you see where they remastered it?
Yeah, Abbey Road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, come
all
on.
fucking places.
You, man. I owe you a record too. You should have said something. I would have totally
Yeah.
like just got you on that one. Whatever. You're a dork.
Yeah.
The Doom vinyls. That's some sauce right there. The lady
Hmm.
was nice enough to throw that on her credit card for me because
Yeah.
I was broke. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting those. We got
Yeah.
the
You got the deluxe set, right?
yeah, she went all
Yeah.
out.
I wanted that mostly for the mat that came with it,
Yeah, the slip mat. Yep.
but then that's probably a felt one, and I've got a really nice rubber one.
I was thinking of getting a deer leather one.
Yeah.
Mm,
I've fought back and forth with like cork and rubber, and decided rubber would be easier to maintain.
probably. The deer leather,
Also,
that's the expensive metal
yeah,
record sauce.
that's the
So
stupid throwing
stupid.
around cheddar.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you got this just to listen to metal records, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of,
So,
pretty much.
so what the hell are you listening to?
Oh, you
What
know.
can of worms am I gonna open asking that question?
It's funny because it's like the weirdest mix of things. I I got in Faraday and was like, oh, I'm gonna be listening to this like a lot, or so I thought. And at the same time, like right before I got in Faraday, I got Monotheist
Hmm.
and the Emperor of Sand,
Yeah, yeah,
Cold
shut up
Dark
about
Place.
monotheist for like a whole week.
Well, I'm gonna apologize in advance because I'm probably gonna do it some more. Um, Emperor Sand, Cold Dark Place,
Hmm.
and Enslaved. Um,
Now I see a song on Inferi Revenant. That's the album you're talking about, right?
hmm
Um, the last track has a guest on it, Trevor. I can't pronounce that. Is
Shanann.
that the guy from Black Dahlia?
It sure is.
Okay,
Yep. So I
to
mean,
check that one out.
obviously that's my Cheddar Bay biscuits right there.
Yeah, you're all up in that one.
It's a good record for sure. But I got Monotheist before that came in, and that came in
Hmm.
with that other batch of stuff. And
Yeah.
the funny thing was it was like I got Monotheist because I liked a couple of songs off there a lot and
Hmm.
couldn't really get them out of my brain. That's my criteria for buying something. If I can't get it out of my head, I'm like,
Hmm.
all right, I should probably just go ahead and buy this.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's that's why I jumped on Warehouse Know My Name like immediately, because hearing those two songs and hearing the saxophone in there, I was just like, this is going to be a special album.
What up? How's it going? Great bit. We're just talking about the metals in here. Yeah, that's exactly, dude. Once I heard the saxophones on that record, I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
was just like, oh man.
all right. Yeah, I was like, let's do this.
All right, so far digging Behold the Bear of Light.
I'm telling you, dude, it's a solid record.
I
But
swear to God, don't get me into Black Dahlia Murder as well.
the vocal, dude, no, don't. That's yeah. Those records are expensive.
Yeah.
you don't you don't want to start that. I mean, I don't know that you would get into either of those bands though. Their vocals are very much stuff you don't like. But for everyone who's wondering what I'm talking about, the first thing I'm going to post in here is Monotheist because yes, I can't stop. I can't stop listening to it as much as I want to. That's the funny thing is like I keep like trying to listen to other records. I'm like, I don't want to just get myself stuck, on one stupid thing. But then every time I try to listen to something else, it doesn't really work. So here's the playlist for Monotheist on YouTube. Check it out, you guys, if you like it. Do what I did and buy a record so that the band can buy some drugs. They'll enjoy it. And then the next thing I was listening to is Revenant. Um,
Got that one.
yeah, this is not really so much of a well-kept secret in the metal community. This is like everybody and their mom is listening to this one if they're into metal right now.
Yeah.
So check this one out. This one's yeah, there you go. Tulsa already had you covered. All right.
Yes. So Great Bit Blog says he's been listening to a lot of Iron Maiden. Uh, new Iron Maiden pinball machine. Dude, I'd fucking love to have a pinball machine.
I'd like to have an Inferi pinball machine.
I don't know where I'd put a pinball machine, but having one of those would be pretty fucking rad.
Here's my other vote for Revenant too. The cover is fucking
Completely
badass.
skipping over that comment.
No. I can't get over how good both of these records are. So those are the two things I've been listening to the most. And then the second most, and this is to Tulso's delight, is Emperor of Sand and Cold Dark Place. Cold Dark Place more than I thought for sure. But I really like that record. It's got a really cool, laid back, like, I don't know, sort of a stoner vibe to it, and
Yeah,
I
it's
really
definitely
dig
one
it.
of their more chill albums.
Mm-hmm. And then Emperor Sand, I really came around on that. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
I seem to remember picking that up at a record store and coming home and showing you a picture of it, and you're like, "Word, that's a great way to waste some money."
Yeah, dude, I was not a fan. It's weird because like, the one single is a really bad example of all the other stuff that's on the record,
Yeah.
and I guess it just to me like there were a couple other songs I listened to and I just didn't really give them a chance. I was just kind
Yeah.
of like
What
looking for something to dislike.
what song was that, by the way?
Mm, I don't know. I think Clandestiny was one of those songs where I was
No, no,
like,
no. What was the
whatever.
song you didn't like?
Oh, Show Yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Show Yourself sucks. That song.
It's a good like a good radio friendly song to get people to look into Mastodon, I guess. I
I
mean,
I feel like if you listen to it and you're not really thinking about Mastodon, then it's a cool song.
mm,
It's like a cool pop song from the South, but it's not what I want to hear from Mastodon. If anything, I mean, it showcases the fact that they're really good musicians in
mm,
general and that they could write any kind of music they want to. Say that stupid cliche shit, but, whatever. But the rest of the record is is pretty fucking good. Um, and it's way more fucking proggy than I thought. Especially
mm.
like the last half of it. That's
Oh
where
yeah,
it's like it really just goes like, "Hey dudes, guess what? This last half is
it's for
secretly
you long
for."
termers.
Yeah, it really is. I mean,
Well, see,
there's
like if you watch the documentary behind the album, like they talk about that and
Hmm.
talk about how they get a little proggy and a little just riffing it in like especially Clandestiny and Andromeda.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Like
Those are
that's where they just
some
go off the rails.
yeah, those are some fucking hits right there, man. Um, so that's what I've been listening to this week,
Word.
mostly. And then because I'm just I can't stop for some weird reason. I've been listening to Bat for Lashes a lot, which is not metal at all.
Never heard of it.
She's got a really cool voice and she sings about the most brutal shit of
Mm,
all time, which is relationships.
actually, I think I have heard you talking about that before.
Yeah,
Can't say I remember it, but other than the name,
she's pretty cool, really talented.
right on.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been doing with my life. What else has been going on? Let's see. Oh, right. What are some
We
new
spent.
things everyone should check out? So I haven't been listening to a lot of them, but I'll go ahead and get this rolling. I have been listening to Virvum, and I think
Ah,
everyone should check out Virvum. I am probably gonna go ahead and buy the record
mm-hmm.
because yeah, it seems like something I'm gonna listen to a lot. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they're super cool. I don't know if the vocals are for everyone, but yeah.
If you like death metal and like noodly ass stuff, this is
Oh man,
a good thing
so
for you.
so many noodles, so many noodles. They
I mean,
they're
I could hear you playing it through your headphones earlier, and it was just like, man, just just nothing but noodles.
it really is. It's a lot of fucking death metal spaghetti, dude. It's pretty great though. I mean, the guys in that band are obviously really stupid talented. Um, and it to me is like a really cool representation of a lot of these guys who are trying to play like prog metal and just pushing the fucking boundaries of that stuff to the absolute limit.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, so bands like that are super cool for me to get into because it's like prog. I don't know, man. This could lead into a larger conversation, but prog for a while I feel like was really stuck in one place, and prog metal
yeah. It was
now
like
is
super stonery stuff.
yeah, and it's really getting out of that and getting into some pretty weird cosmic jams with these kind of bands.
Yeah, it's getting, I guess, a little more technical and a little less sludgy.
Yeah, for sure. So, what are some new chumps you think everyone should kind of check out?
Well, like you said earlier, I've been trying to get Ian to fucking listen to Rivers of Nile.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, damn you, Maple Face.
that fucking album's great. Um, I don't know. Like I said earlier, Veilus Ablaze is really good if you're into like a little more chill stuff. Um, and as as weird as it's gonna sound, Wormed for just flat out doneness.
Okay, I guess we should open up that can of worms. Um, Wormed, Wormed is a band that I keep pushing on everyone a lot, and I feel like I'm the only person in existence who likes them, which is fine. I get why, but musically, Wormed is the equivalent of getting locked into a suitcase full of guitars and having a dude locked in there with you and being thrown down a flight of stairs. And the stairs are made out of double pedal bass drums. It's,
Something like that, yeah. This
yeah.
might be this is mostly definitely out of your wheelhouse, but um, take the oh shit, what's the name of the band? Uh, I'll keep talking. I gotta look this up. I can't think of the name.
Okay, for sure.
Name of the
Yeah,
band.
Wormed. The other thing that's a really big defining trait of Wormed is that their lyrics and their vocals are indecipherable.
Incomprehensible.
Yeah, they're
Fully.
completely incomprehensible. Yeah, use the wrong word there. Yeah, they're incomprehensible. Completely
Alright,
incomprehensible.
so I found it.
Oh yeah.
So, take the band Volbeat and make
Mm.
them death metal. Because, like, not a single word out of that fucking guy's mouth makes any sense.
Yeah, that's
Their song that they're big for, The Warrior, there's like one of the lines is like 25 syllables long, and he says like three. That's a lot like how Worm does. The
yeah.
first the first verse of a Worm song is bright red egg shaped above the dust, departing directly away from the module, a design, a response. And what it sounds like on the album is like a dude ate refried beans and drank a whole bunch of coffee for like a week straight, and then they stuffed him in a giant warehouse full of echoey materials, and just said, "Hey, go take a dump, and we're gonna record it."
Yeah, it's not. That's not. That's not inaccurate. I
I mean,
mean,
a paragraph of lyrics equates to like for a while.
the thing is like while you can't understand a goddamn word that this guy is saying ever, um, and you know what? I challenge anyone who thinks that they can, um, because you can't. You're lying. You're lying if you say that you understand anything that that guy's saying in any of those songs.
Yeah.
Um, Despite the fact that you can't understand anything, hey there, Voguish bug. I don't know how. Oh, Vogish. Man, I'm an idiot. You know, you can never tell with the internet. You were watching us over there on the mixer. How's it going?
Oh wow. Okay.
Thanks for joining us on the Metal Wolf chat. Um, yeah. While you can't understand anything that that guy is saying at all, um, it's pretty cool to listen to. You
Yeah.
know,
It sounds good.
I guess
Incomprehensible.
it
Great
depends
Big
on your
Blogs.
definition of good.
Yeah. Great Big Blood says been listening to Corpus Kalani, Nordic Viking slash booze metal. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna check that out. I think. Yep, there it is on Spotify. Let's see if it's anything like I imagine it sounding. They've got a song just straight up called Vodka. All right, so there's an accordion. That's new. Right on. This is bizarre.
Huh.
hmm. Hmm. I know this makes for great radio when we're listening to this stuff into our headphones, but vodka is awesome. It's great by itself. It is also great in mixes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, that might be something to check out.
All right. Well.
Looking at the related artists, there's a lot of very similar bands to this.
Oh yeah. Really.
Yeah, there's a band called Wolf Chant. Uh, a lot of these I'm not gonna try to pronounce because
Is this and it's like
butcher them.
you know what I thought of when you said Viking metal was Amon Amarth.
Oh yeah, fucking Amon Amarth rules.
They are the Viking metal. But see, Viking metal isn't really. Is Viking metal a genre?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, it is a thing.
Is it a genre when there's like three bands in that genre?
Sure.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I don't.
So, quick little aside about Amon Amarth.
Uh-huh.
A local radio station in my area does a 48-hour, like, or 28-hour marathon on the radio, their morning show, and they do requests for money for the local children's hospital. And one year, a dude paid $1,000 for him to play Amon Amarth on the radio. And when they came back from the song, like there was just stunned silence in the studio. because they were just like, "What the fuck did we just listen to?" You know.
I don't, dude. I'm not gonna ever take anything away from Monomar. Those guys are awesome and they're doing their thing. I just, like I said, Viking metal as a genre. I'm like, I don't know if I'm the only outlier on that. Where I'm like, I don't know. That sounds fishy to me. Is that really a thing? I just feel like there should be, for it to be a genre, there should be like at least like 10 or
10.
15. Yeah, 10 or
Yeah.
15. That's a solid number. You got
I don't
10
know.
bands that are doing, like, if you can do a tour where everyone's dressed up as a Viking and they're all playing metal, then sure, I'll sit there and be like, all right, Viking metal's a thing. In fact, the tour bus was a giant Viking boat. And at the
I
end
don't
of the
know.
tour, they lit it on fire, and it was pretty cool.
Throwing Viking metal artists into Google comes back with like 50 artists.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Bathory, Amon Amarth,
Bathory is not
Enslaved,
Viking metal. Enslaved is not Viking. What the fuck, dude? Enslaved is not
Fintroll,
Viking metal. What?
Burzum,
Burzum? That's
Satyricon.
black metal. Oh man, I'm gonna punch whoever is curating that right in the
Just go start
face.
punching Google servers.
Yeah, just be like, what, dude?
Just
Burzum?
fucking thinking.
Black metal? You piece of shit.
Skyforger, that looks like a Viking metal band.
I mean, their name is Skyforger. It's,
Well, no, they look more like pirates.
well,
The
well,
Sword, that's not Viking metal, that's fucking stoner metal.
the Sword.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what they are anymore. They played like a country album. That was weird.
they're like space metal.
Eh,
I don't know.
they
See,
were,
that's
and then
not
they
a
were
thing.
stoner.
They're just like a proggy stoner metal band.
It's a good album. Just kind of kick back and put on and space the hell out.
Sure. They're fun. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I would classify them. Fun.
They're fun.
They're fun. But yeah, Wormed, I don't jumping back to that since we mentioned outer space, toggled my brain there. I like Wormed a lot. I think like in terms of if you just want to listen to something that's super heavy and
Yeah.
has a surprising amount of weird melody and inside of all that dissonance, check Wormed the fuck out. I think
You
you'll
want something that'll piss off your neighbors.
oh, for sure. For fucking sure. Like everybody. It not just you, like everyone around you will just be like, I'm upset by this. I'm not happy that you're doing this. And just be like, I don't really give a shit. It'll be worth it. I promise you. Make friends, make enemies, listen to Wormed. It's sort of like I can't think of any other band that's like that super heavy, except for maybe Cattle Decap. But they're not even
Yeah.
really the same thing because you can
No.
understand them vocally.
I don't know about that.
I do.
You're a special case.
I can totally understand Cattle Decaf.
Yeah, this is like super diarrhea metal.
What, Cattle Decaf?
Yeah.
Mm.
Put on Plagueborn, dude. Just
That's my stuff right there, man. Those is my jams. Those are the jams of my people. The Anthropocene extinction is good stuff, man.
that's certainly a word.
Hmm. We live in the Anthropocene era. If you wanted to science it up in this chat right now, little knowledge biscuits for you there. Did you know that?
Relating toward denoting the current geological age viewed as the period in which human activity has been dormant influence on the climate and environment. Okay, fine.
There you go. See? You learned something today while learning about metal. How
Learned something completely worthless.
edutanical. I'm happy for you. And for myself. Because now I can feel like I served a purpose in teaching you something. There you go. Yeah, throw the Wikipedia in there. Everybody can look up the meaning of Anthropocene and be like, oh, Cattle Decap's actually a pretty smart bunch of guys. Oh, God. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. and pun intended because I want to talk about Eat the Elephant. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's not exactly death metal. To transition from brutal death metal to just talking about Tool, A Perfect
like
Circle.
fucking dad rock.
I guess it wasn't. That was not what I was expecting, but yeah, that's what the fuck happened, dude. I don't. I'm especially after listening to Eat the Elephant, I'm not particularly excited for uh, more more
Yeah,
Tool stuff. You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, like touching on something we may talk about a little later. You know, with a perfect circle going from like Mur de Noms with Judith and Magdalena, to this album, it's just like what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there's like a couple of moments on there where he tries to yell, sound menacing and intimidating, um, like on the Doomed, like right at the end. He's like, I can't even remember what the line is, but it's something like "fuck the Doomed, you're all dead" or something like that.
Right on.
Yeah. That's I think like one of the two times on the entire record where he gets aggressive. And it's not that it's impossible for me to enjoy
Hmm.
something without it being all in your fucking face, but
Hmm.
at the same time, I feel like there's a certain amount of edge that A Perfect Circle was able to balance with their sound that made them cooler, than I don't know. Some of their parts made them cooler than just taking one of those things or another one of those elements and stripping them apart. Because if you listen to Ashes Divide, which I think is Billy Howardell's other thing,
Hmm.
um, I'm not sure if I'm getting that right, but I'm pretty sure it's the guitar player from Perfect Circle. He has a side project. It's called Ashes Divide, and it's like it sounds like a perfect circle without any kind of edge, without any
Hmm.
kind of aggression, and it's not very interesting, right? But then it's like I don't. If you make them all aggression and everything, then it's just early Tool.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, okay, you're just playing Opiate, cool,
yeah.
right? So Perfect Circle was better. I feel like when they balanced those things, and this
Hmm.
last record, yeah, like you said, just ventures way farther into like the adult Christian contemporary sound than I
Hmm.
think I expected.
Like I saw them play on Jimmy Kimmel, and they did "So Long and Thanks for All the Fish," and it was just I don't know if I. It's it's like Maynard is singing with Coldplay.
yeah, no, it's
Like
it's a
there's
different
some
band.
there's some heavy drums, like I'm talking like big drums, and then there's like a piano in the background, and it's just like, eh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very ambivalent on it. To the point of just like almost apathetic, dude.
Yeah.
To me, there's some cool, interesting things going on where it seems like all the songs have a really like large build up. Um, hold on, I want to actually look up one of the songs. I don't want to play it on here, but I'll know it when I see it. Sorry if you guys can hear me typing up a bunch here. Um, let's see. Uh, oh yeah, Buying Down the River. That one's been around for a minute, like in
Mm-hmm.
a couple of different forms, and it has like this formula that a lot of the songs seem to follow. Hourglass and Get the Lead Out, especially, kind of feel like this too, where there's this huge like momentum that's kind of building up, and you get like this ominous feeling, and they have this really good ability to still create like atmosphere, but it just doesn't fucking go anywhere. It's like, okay, cool, now get mad and like go somewhere with it, or like get really sad, or and they still have this cool thing where they do the weird contemplative silent breakdowns in the middle of songs
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, just too much of it feels like it's this build up with no real payoff. And whenever they do try to have like a crescendo to it, it's like they're going the other way with it, where it's like, okay, now it's real quiet. It's like, okay. So I don't know. Maybe the record's just not for me, but
Certainly.
yeah, it's yeah. To me, there's not a
No,
lot that's interesting there.
yeah. The only interesting thing I saw about, or that came to me from that performance, is the fact that Maynard now looks like Diane Keaton.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
the album cover,
ooh.
I was like, dude, what the fuck is he trying to look like an ex Mortis like album cover or like an or is he trying to like role play as like Abbott or something? I don't get it, dude. It was weird. But
Like, let's see, image address. So there's Diane Keaton.
if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, what? Go to Twitch, twitch.tv/Mecha Wolfpack
And a
and
copy
check out the
image.
links.
And there's
Saves the
Maynard.
chat, so if you're watching the replay on Twitch, there you go. I'll make sure this one gets saved.
So
Yeah.
look at the two of them, and it's just
No,
like, wow.
it's pretty bad. God.
She's got some heavier rimmed glasses than he does, but that's about it.
I mean, he
For
used to go out
differences.
on stage dressed as a lady and like would wear prosthetic boobs and everything. So
Right on. Did not know that.
yeah, that was when he was like playing in Tool.
My references for him in Tool is he's got his head shaved except for the very top, and he was not a fan of wearing shirts.
No, I saw them a minute ago. God, it had to be like 2003,
Uh-huh.
2004, somewhere in there. They were touring Lateralis, and
Right on.
yeah, he came out in like a weird neon like bodysuit that had like it was like glow in the dark.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. They put on a hell of a show, but I mean
Oh,
that
yeah, I
was
bet.
that was then, and that brings me to my point. Like with Tool, like they put out a teaser for a song, and it was just them noodling it, a riff for like 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Uh, I don't know. It made me go back and listen to 10,000 Days because I was like, am I just getting old and bitter and cynical? And 10,000 Days. I think I was telling you this the other day. It's now, in my opinion, it's probably like the weakest thing that they did.
Yeah.
Um, there's not a lot of songs that stick with me. I think like right into Jambi and Rosetta Stone, just because it's so fucking weird.
Mm.
But
All
those,
right.
yeah, I don't know.
No, I was looking up another costume for Maynard and came across this one
Mm.
where it, yeah.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. He's an
That, ladies and
interesting
gentlemen, is a
guy.
thing of nightmares.
Like I said, that's the Maynard I remember. Is him dressing up as a lady. Fuck, dude. Like I don't know. I think like Tool, if they whatever they put out at this point, for their new record that's been hyped beyond hype beyond hype.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that it's gonna live up to fan expectations. There's that, and then every time that there's a story about Tool that gets posted somewhere, you'll always see Tool fans jump in there and be like, when this comes out, it's gonna be the best thing ever. Like everything that they've
Uh-huh.
ever put out was the best thing ever. And I'm like, in relativity to what? If you're talking about like in relativity to like mainstream rock music, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you're talking about like in relativity to mainstream, like prog or what's going on in terms of like current progressive music or metal, you know, uh, John Wick versus a unicorn army soldier with 50 badges. I don't know.
What?
Probably Maynard. That's who would win. Maynard would beat both of them. We got a mixer question, so I was answering the mixer question. Who would win? John Wick versus a unicorn army soldier with 50 badges. So, I say Maynard would win. He'd go back in time and he'd put on his cross-dressing outfit and scream them all to death. um, like you look at what's going on with like modern prog metal and all that shit now, and I don't know. I think Tool is gonna put something out that'll probably make the hardcore diehard fans happy and make them happy, but I would be very, 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 very surprised if they put something out that the metal community at large, was impressed by or in awe of.
Hmm.
They're not Meshuggah, Meshuggah is one of those bands where it's like every time they put something out, I'm just like, how are you still so good? What? This doesn't make any sense. You guys are fucking getting old. Like, what? You can't keep this up forever, dudes. And they do. But I
Yeah,
don't know that Tool's gonna do that.
that's a band I know of and haven't really given a fair chance to.
Mm.
I mean, I have Option on CD, but I mostly got that for Bleed because that track is just bananas.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard that song, and I was just like, shut up.
And it's just like 7.5 minutes of just that,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
dude. Yeah, the first time I heard it, I'm pretty sure that I dropped Bricklesteins in my shorts, dude. It was fucking ridiculous. I was just like, this is fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah,
I can't even. I can't even. But fucking God bless them. They just the hits keep on coming. But
yeah.
like that's the other thing too is like you think about it, and Meshuggah has actually pushed that genre forward a shit ton.
Hmm.
Like you were saying, prog for a long fucking time was mostly stoner metal, kind of jammy noodly shit. Um, and I think prog now, when I think of it, is more stuff like Fallujah, um, Intronaut, Mono. It's definitely like a heavier. There's a lot of heavier things now that you could
Yeah,
call prog. Is
they've
basically
started
what
to
I'm
come
trying
out
to
of the
say.
haze a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not unusual to get these fucking 8-minute songs out of like death metal bands, that go all over the place and have weird quiet interludes and shit like that. I'm like, that would never happen before. But I think a lot of it too is, like, oh, there's another band, BT Bam. You were just
Oh
talking
yeah,
about them. They changed the landscape of modern prog for sure. Where it's like just so many transitions and so many sounds and so many movements on one record.
yeah,
Um, that's a lot to keep up with if you're Tool, you know?
yeah.
Who would
I think
win? Bill Cosby versus Jake from Subway in a fist fight?
Jake. You mean
Jake?
Jared?
Jared? Yeah. I mean, no. Now I want to see Jake from Subway. There's got to be some country where they couldn't afford Jared, so they just got some knockoff. just you were just
No,
like, hey, you over there, what's
Jake.
your name? Jake. Yeah, it's good enough. Come on, Jake.
Jake
You're
is just Jared with a mustache.
you're the new Subway rep for old Milwaukee.
The other guy had to go away for a while, so we're just gonna put a mustache on him because we invested too much.
No, I
Um,
don't think you meant Jared. We're going with you meant Jake. It's in the lore now.
no, I think a lot of the reason, like one of the biggest reasons why Prague has gotten a lot heavier and a lot, I don't know, arguably better, is people are finally starting to come to the end of Sleep's Dope Smoker album.
mm, yeah. You know
They finally
what?
finished listening to it.
There you go. 7 years later. There are people who started listening to Dope Smoker in 2000
Died.
and fucking 11, and they have literally died. But there are a few that survived the process, and now 7 years later, the record is finally done spinning, and they come out of the haze. They're like, "Oh my god, that was amazing!"
I need something heavier now.
Yeah, shit. I
One of the
mean,
only albums I know of that takes up two sides from one song.
it is just one song. God bless that album. Ah man, yeah, they put out the surprise record on 420 The Sciences, which I've
Of
still
course.
yet to check out. I know. That and then you know what? Another band I'm meaning to check out on the new stoner metal tip is Green Druid, which I've not checked them out, but I keep hearing and seeing good things.
All
And
right.
they've got to be legit because they have a strain of weed named after them.
Word.
So I mean, that's a pretty legit street cred, you know? It's like you're a stoner metal band and you have your own weed. Green Druid OG. I'm like, fuck, that's a pretty legit name for a strain of weed too, you know? That's like the kind of name that like weed heads really get behind. They're like, hey, bro, you want to come over and smoke some Green Druid OG Kush, dog? It's a fucking indica dominant. It's got some really mellow highs. It's like, you know, they get all into it. So good on them. I think they really know their market.
Yeah, I think I can check this out.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know, man. All of this to say, I'm very skeptical about a new fucking Tool record. I'm not so sure, man. Seems pretty goofy to me.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing. I could be completely wrong. It could come out and it's super killer and everybody is, in top form. I don't know. Maybe Adam Jones has been listening to fucking Monotheist and he's like, I got some fucking ideas, man. This is gonna be the fucking heaviest record anyone's ever heard. You know? Or
We'll see.
maybe he's just been listening to a lot of Willie Nelson and he's like, we're gonna do a country record. Who would win, Twitter versus Snapchat? Bebo. Definitely Bebo.
Fucking
It's
Google Wave.
Google Wave, bro. Bring it back. It was legit, or even Google Plus.
That's still
It's
surprisingly a
still a
thing.
lingering and hanging on. There you go. Google Plus is the way.
Fucking
Everybody,
nerds will want
right
to
now,
go.
abandon your Twitters, abandon your Facebooks, and your
Yeah,
Snapchats.
forget changing your password on Twitter. Just
Get,
go back to Plus.
yeah, you don't need to. You just go to the safety and comfort of Google Plus. You know it's
Talk on
secure
the
because
same four
nobody's on there.
jackoffs.
So there you go. There's no one to hack your password because nobody's on that shit. See how that works? That's how it's the best one.
Security through obscurity.
Yeah, I think I've said every fucking thing that I could think of or want to say about Tool completely. And
Mm-hmm.
and then in closing of other like traditional conversations before we get to the feature of the show, which will be the feature of the show for this month. Ian needs to fucking listen to Rivers of Nihil. So Ian, that's both the Ians actually. God damn it. So Great Bit Blog, you're Ian number one, and then Canadian, just NAFTA, and he's not here because he's busy playing Fallout 4. What a wonderful supportive friend he
With
is.
his fucking H mods.
God damn him. Straight up. If you're listening to this, which you're not, you need to listen to Rivers of Nihil. You will get a tweet. You will get a tweet. So, yeah. Anyway, uh, shall I take them into the last segment of the evening?
Yeah, let's go for that.
All right. So, all of this month, we're going to be doing something spectacularly wonderful and probably the worst idea ever. It's both of those things at the same time. We're going to be doing for 4 weeks for the month of May, a Throwback Thursday, and we're going to talk about the following years: 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 4. We'll probably just combo those up if we run out of weeks. So the idea is that we're going to take 4 years and we're going to talk about Mallcore for the month of May. Mallcore May for Throwback Thursday. So every Thursday, Mr. Tulso and I will pick out our favorite and our least favorite Mallcore hits of yesteryear. And you guys can talk about it very briefly as a way to close out this terrible idea of a show. Tulso, I'm going to let you go first on this one. So we're
All
we're
right, so we want.
starting with the year 2000 Mallcore May. Let's do it.
So I guess we'll do the best first, and it's something I've actually been listening to in the background between other songs. Is LD50 by Mudvayne.
Mm.
back when they were something good to listen to.
That came out in the year 2000?
Yeah,
Fuck. Damn
shockingly.
it. God damn it. You're going to make it real hard on me now. Shit, I thought I had this figured out, man. All right, okay, go. Fuck. All right. I got nothing bad to say about that. You know what? In fact, I've got only good things to say about LD50. That's the
Yeah,
funniest thing. Yeah. Damn, that's a really good record. I
yeah,
still listen to it, and I'm not embarrassed to. There's like a couple of songs where he does some rap stuff.
yeah. Like Everything and Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I'm
is it Pharmacopoeia?
yeah, yeah. Track 14.
Oh, I think Under My Skin. Dude, yeah, Under My Skin. That's the one I'm thinking of. That song is that's some new metal right there.
Yeah, that's some new ass metal.
That's some new ass metal
New
right
metal ass
there,
metal.
dude. Whew. Some new metal, new metal ass, new metal right there, dude. He literally says lines like you're talking shit like you think like you know me or something like that. And it's like, oh okay. He's, it's full of tude. Um, yeah, LD50 is still a bonkers record though. Most of the songs on there are still pretty good. The thing that I thought was cool is like you thought it was gonna be like this straight ahead kind of like aping Slipknot or just typical stupid mallcore bullshit. And there's a
Mm,
lot of prog on that record.
mm.
Um, what's the one song? Oh, I think it's like song number 11 or something like that.
Severn.
Severed, that's the one. That song is awesome and goes a hell of a lot of places.
Oh yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
is a good one.
yep. It's super long. Um, it's got some really creepy, quiet moments to it. The
Hmm.
bass playing in that song is just fucking
Pretty dope.
spectacular. Yeah, dude. Like even back then, it was like, dude, their bass player, man. Someone
Hmm.
listened to a lot of Les Claypool. Fucking good stuff. Shit.
Never, never got to see them live, but I did see Hell Yeah. So, kind of.
I saw them. I saw them live with. I think like. God, I think it was Chevelle of all fucking things.
Oh, that's a. I don't. Whatever. I don't know what you have to say about Chevelle. They are a good fucking band, and
Yeah,
they put on one hell of a live show.
this is neither the time nor the place, but I'm gonna agree with you like 100%. Like just to be like, yes, I actually completely agree with that statement.
God damn it!
Um,
When did they put stuff out?
it's been a while.
Oh, damn! They don't have anything for 2000.
Mm, I don't know that it's really mallcore.
Yeah.
That's just like scene girl core. Fuck.
Ugh,
Yeah, Chevelle is
that
good,
phase.
dude. God, I love Chevelle. Dude, you know what they're really great for? You put them on and get in the car and just drive.
Oh yeah.
It's great driving to music, man. It really is. Okay, so what's your pick for the worst mallcore
Um,
of 2000?
I looked at a bunch of the list, and I'm probably gonna steal yours.
Mm,
What we were talking about earlier before the show started, chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water
yeah.
by Limp Bizkit
Yep. Yeah.
is like it's so fucking bad. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie though, I could probably still do hot dog from memory.
All right. Oh
Because like
man.
I was really into that back then. That and like fucking Dragon Ball V or AMVs. Like I spent 3 or 4 days trying to download a Dragon Ball AMV to my generation from Limp Bizkit. It's pretty fucking bad.
Fuck. Let's see.
They were fucking inescapable though, with Roland everywhere.
Tushy Face says, "Yeah, you were, you fucking nerd."
Yeah, that's my sister.
There you go.
She would know.
Speaking the truth. I think, man, I want to see. Here's the thing.
Oh,
I don't feel like Deftones qualifies as
Okay, I
mallcore.
was just gonna say White Pony came out that year.
Yeah, and I don't know that they qualify as mallcore, just because they're everywhere. You could really get them everywhere, but they were a hot topic as fuck band in that moment in time.
That's where I first found out about them was Hot Topic.
Right. So they might be an honorable mention for best mallcore record of 2000.
God
Um,
damn, it's a good album.
yeah. And fuck, dude, I want to say fuck. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Mudvayne. Because New American Gospel came out that year, Lamb of God.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know that even then, like Hot Topic was on Lamb of God like that. I think Lamb of God at that moment was still kind of in the metal, like the heavy metal underground.
yeah. Hot
And
Topic is, or Lamb of God's certainly like an Ashes of the Week for Hot Topic. It's like
yeah,
2004.
you know what's weird about that too is it's like they at times were, almost a death metal band, and then they just became this, heavy metal band. The
Yeah,
part of the American heavy metal movement, which I think
hmm
is pretty cool. But yeah, they've never
yeah.
really been a straight up death metal band.
Definitely with like Sacrament. That was like American heavy metal.
Yeah, I
You know,
mean,
fucking redneck, foot to the throat.
yeah, they've got like a bunch of stuff that's you can hear the fucking country music in their shit.
Black and the Cursed Sun.
Yeah, yeah, it's got some country boner riffs in there, that's for sure.
That's one way to put it.
I mean, it's some down home ass fucking metal right there, that's for sure. Some Coors Light ass metal. Yeah, and
Yeah,
for the fucking worst, dude, you stole my thunder there. It's Limp Bizkit, 100%.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, there's some other ones that I could probably say were the worst, but I never listened to them,
Maybe.
and that'd be disingenuous.
I mean, yeah, I saw that uh, Edema, I think, did something
Ugh.
in 2000. So there's an honorable mention there. But fucking Jesus Christ, hot dog flavored water, dude. Just what a abomination.
I mean, it's a fucked up world with a fucked up face.
And on that note, thank you
Moving on.
guys so much for joining us for the first ever episode of Metal Wolf. We will be back next week with a semblance of a schedule. We're going to try to do this every week at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, every Thursday. And remember, for the month of May, we're going to close you out with our picks for fucking horrible Mallcore May. So, if you have some Mallcore bands you want us to check out next week, get those suggestions ready. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at Rage of the Mage. Tulsa is at the Tulsinator. And we will check you guys next Thursday. Thank you so much, everybody, for fucking hanging out with us. See you, dudes.
Peace.